So I was kind of born into the whole acting world. Yeah, I didn't know what Tiger Beat was when that opportunity came around. Yeah. If you have a dream or something, people like say it's stupid or cheesy or dumb, cringy. Everyone's gonna think that until you did it. Then it's like, that's sick, you know?
Hey, my name is Lauren Floyd Turner, and this is Lyric in Motion. Welcome to Lyric in Motion. I am so excited about today's guest. Not only is he a great singer, but I feel like he's only 20 years old and he's already had an amazing career and he's just getting started. He is a singer. He's been acting. I think you've even been modeling. Let's hear it for Hayden Summerall.
What's going on, guys?
Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you. I'm excited
podcast.
to be here.
Yeah, I was vibing to a lot of your new music this morning. So I'm real excited to talk to you about that a little later.
Were you loving it?
I was loving it. Good. I was feeling it.
Good.
I wanted to ask you, I know you're from Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Born and raised Texas?
Born and raised. Born and raised. I spent a lot of time in California, though, when I was about 10 to like 15.
Okay.
I was in LA.
What took you to California?
I got 3 older brothers that are 28, 30, and like 32, somewhere around there. And they'd been acting ever since they were my age. So I was kind of born into the whole acting world. And so every pilot and episodic season, me and my brothers, we'd go fly out and stay a few months for the whole audition. You know, that's when they came in heavy. And that kind of is what got it started. And then when things started kind of catching a little flow, we ended up staying out there full time for like 5-6 years.
Man,
yeah.
That is so cool. You started really young behind the camera.
Very young.
I love that. I was looking, I think some people will know you from Chicken Girls.
Yes, ma'am.
What was that experience like?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was me and all my best friends basically filming this YouTube scripted TV show about some kids' drama in high school. So it was more fun than it was like work, but it was considered work, you know? So it was a good time. Good memories. I'll cherish forever.
When you started, did music play a part before the acting, though? Like you said, you had been with your brothers, you're doing pilot seasons, you're getting involved, you're seeing that kind of happening with film. But were you already doing music?
So music came probably a little later. It came before Chicken Girls. That was like one of the first bigger projects in the acting world. Music came, I was probably around 7 or 8. My brother took me to a Jake Miller concert. I've told this story millions of times. Yeah. My brother took me to a Jake Miller concert in Dallas, Texas, and I didn't know who this guy was. My brother did, and this guy came out on stage and started rapping, and I was like, I want to do that. It was like some little bar in Deep Ellum. And, sure enough, the girl that ended up coming out on stage was a girl named Brittany Holmes. She sang the chorus for one of his songs, and my parents actually knew her. She was a vocal coach in Dallas. So we kind of got intertwined, and I ended up doing vocal lessons with her, and then ended up covering a Jake Miller song with her, and she sang the chorus on it. Okay. So around 8 years old, I kind of dove into music. Acting, we always did, but I didn't really remember. That was real young, you know? So it's kind of always been a part, but I'd say it came after. Acting was there first. No one in my family was doing music, but they had already been doing acting. That's
good. So nobody in your family had really been doing music, but somehow you're like, gravitating to that pull. And then, okay, so you did, I know that I was looking at some of your highlights from those years. I mean, my gosh, you're 20. You're just starting out. You still got such a grand future. But I was looking at some of your past things, and I was noticing things like Tiger Beat. You're in Tiger Beat.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen, I didn't know Tiger Beat was still around, and I'm not going to say my age, but I remember Tiger Beat.
Beat.
So what was that? Was that just
honestly, I don't know. My parents knew. I didn't know what Tiger Beat was.
Yeah, your parents knew Tiger Beat.
Yeah, I didn't know what Tiger Beat was when that opportunity came around.
Yeah.
My parents thought that was super cool. They're like, it's super popular magazine. But it was super fun. I did a photo shoot. It was a long time ago. Did a photo shoot. Photo shoot was super fun. Everyone was super nice, and it was always cool to go in like Walmart. You know, you can go in the magazine section and see. Yeah, it was like my face right there.
That's
like,
right.
That was me. So that was always cool. But yeah.
And then there was more recently, within the past so many years, was like the Teen
Choice Awards 2019.
Yeah. How cool was that?
That was awesome.
And now was that with your music, right?
It wasn't my music. It was me, a good buddy, Johnny Orlando, and Jacob Sartorius. We covered a song, California Girls by Katy Perry.
Oh, yeah.
And so we all three covered that song. It was the first time Teen Choice Awards had ever been hosted on the beach. So it was on the beach, on the sand, and it was all open, right by the water. So super cool. Last Teen Choice Awards, I think.
Okay.
There's a meme on TikTok that we were
about the last.
Yeah, we were the reason it was the last Teen Choice Awards. But no, it was a lot of fun. It was a great time. Definitely super cool.
Fun.
A lot of big celebrities there.
Yeah. Okay, let's speak of celebrities. I mean, is there someone that is like your idol or someone that you really looked up to as far as their music and stuff?
There's a lot of artists I look up to. As far as like celebrities, crossing paths with celebrities, I've been asked this, like, oh, who is like favorite person you've ever met or whatever. I've met a lot. I don't really get like starstruck, but there is one person that I've always said I would be super excited to meet, and that would be Adam Sandler.
Oh,
if I could meet Adam Sandler, I would probably be like, oh, that, like, I'd get a little, you know, like, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I've met a lot of celebrities, and it's just, you know, they're just normal people.
Well, I think that's what happens. You know, kind of when you're in the industry too, there's like, and you're around and you're in it and you're doing things, they become kind of more of like, oh yeah, you're kind of doing the same thing, just maybe at different times or maybe you're at different levels. And I get it. You don't really get starstruck as much as just appreciate the other talent of some other people.
You'll meet someone and you'll be like, oh, this is just a normal dude that he's really good at acting, you know, and he just does what he does. And he's really famous for doing it. So.
Well, I know that you're kind of in Nashville now.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Okay, so what's the like from California and all the things that you definitely started there and did there and probably still do stuff there, you know, all over. Is there a different influence by coming to Nashville in your music?
Different influence in my music, like creatively.
Yeah.
Creatively.
Yeah.
I would say there probably was at the beginning, because when I first came here, we started the writing journey. I was trying to figure out who I was creatively, and obviously here in Nashville, you're gonna have a lot more diverse roots. You're gonna have the country, you're gonna have the pop. Pop is more leaning in now, but back then it was only country.
Yeah.
So I like country. I'm from Texas. I listen to country music. I like folk music. But growing up, I only made pop music. LA. That's where I came from. So here, yeah, it definitely made me want to test the waters and see if pop was really where I was supposed to be at, or if I wanted to try folk music or wherever I wanted to be creatively. So it definitely changed that a little bit. But at the end of the day, I ended up back pop anyway. So not really. I mean, it kind of during like trying to figure out who I was, it did. But at the end of the day, no. I mean, I feel like didn't really change my creativeness too much.
Right.
I'm older now. That I feel like that changed my creativeness more than anything. As I'm just older.
Well, as you're evolving, and maybe there's different things that mean different things to you now than they would have. Like, when you're doing all your other stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to continue acting, or do you feel like that's still part of what you would do? Or
yes, absolutely. I think I'm on hold with my agency, so they don't put me out for auditions, but definitely not something I'm opposed to doing. I like acting. I just like telling my own story a little bit more than playing someone else's like role and character, which is fun at times. But I like being able to put my own story into lyrics versus acting a script of something else, you know, someone else's story. So definitely not opposed to acting at all. Just main focus right now is music.
Well, I love what you just said too about your own story, because obviously that's what artists are doing. You know, you're an artist. You're finding like, you know, what you want to say, which has evolved from when you were doing more of like Chicken Girls or whatever. And I love because it all connects.
Totally.
You know, it always connects from whatever you're doing there, and it kind of keeps evolving. So it sounds to me like you are finding out more of what you want to do and what kind of artistry you want to share with people, and that's really exciting.
It's very exciting.
And I mean, it's all about stories, and it is about your own story.
100%.
You know, I'm really excited to know more about your new music, I guess is what I'm trying to say, within your new music, because you're talking about evolving, right? So what kind of like feel does it have that might be different from a lot of stuff that we can find on the
online?
Online. Yeah.
Well, first off, I'm 10 years older. So, second off, it's all the work that's coming out now is stuff that I creatively like put a touch into. Obviously, I had co-writers and stuff, but they're all stories that I related to and came up with to an extent. And back then, we were kind of I was touring. We were in the thing. We had to get music out, songs. It wasn't my creativity. I might have liked it, but I was also only 12, 13 years old listening to something. Like, yeah, let's sing. Cool. Let's get it, you know? So that alone, I think, makes a huge difference. It's more of a story like I'm telling versus just letting it go. So I think fans will be super excited because when they listen, they know it's something I actually wrote, and it's something that means a lot to me. It's all around just, I think, more mature sounding. I don't know.
Yeah, I got you. You're just in a different place. Yeah,
I think
in your life.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's exciting. I think they'll like it.
Okay, like you have millions of downloads. Am I saying that right? I mean, I'm just saying you've got a lot of people looking at Hayden, right? So do you have a lot of fans that reach out to you?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
And I love getting back to as many fans as I can.
Awesome.
You know, I like interacting with them. It kind of just, when I'm bored, that's what I find it fun.
Do you find that you're like, have you found some interesting kind of, I don't know, questions or anything that people asked you and you just have to go, all right.
Absolutely. It's not as bad anymore. Past couple years, it's not been as bad, but yeah, I've seen some crazy things, heard some crazier things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the fans are the fans, man. That's what makes our music, right? And I'm sure you're gonna just continue to keep growing that. What places give you the most creativity?
As in studio or just like life?
Life. Because, as a writer, you're writing your music, you're getting into your zone. I mean, it could be all different kind of places, but do you have things that really inspire you and get you creative or places or maybe just...
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. Because, some people are like that. They stay up at midnight, man. It has to be dark. And, maybe I'm listening to some kind of, I don't know, other kind of music that gets me inspired to write my own. Or maybe there's stories that you have. In fact, that does remind me. As we write, a lot of times people will write from their experience.
Totally.
And then some people... I mean, I remember thinking, well, I can't write from my experience. And then I learned to know you write from your experience because that's what people relate to. But do you find that all of yours is pretty much something you have experienced or?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. For the most part, even if it hasn't, it was inspired by something that I went through or I experienced. And it might have been something I experienced or I was inspired by. But I might have altered it to where everyone can relate to it to an extent. But if you look deep enough, it's still my story. But the average here might twist and bend it to their own story. I feel like most songs I listen to, I relate to wasn't really like what they actually wrote the song about, which is kind of what I took from the song.
Exactly.
So yeah, I try and write songs where it's like everyone can relate to it. They just might have to bend a couple words. And then it's like, oh, that makes sense in my head because I do it all the time. So I figured if I do it, other people do it too. So, on the other question you asked about inspiration at a certain place, honestly, the most inspiration, well, I'd say probably fishing, but besides that, I'd probably say it's those late nights where I'm up too late and I'm like either sad or like thinking about too much or really bored, and I'm thinking about like way too much because I'm bored, and then I'll come up with something. I'm like, wait, I'm like, that's kind of a good idea.
Yeah.
But it might be those, it's usually, like I'll be sitting in bed doing nothing and I'll be like, yeah, I'm really bored. And then I'll just start thinking. And then something pops into my head. I'm like, that could be a good song. So yeah, it could be those late nights, or I'm just sitting on the water fishing.
Okay, so you like to fish. It sounds like that's where you kind of, and you like it just that quietness, or you like the challenge of catching that perfect fish, or both?
It's like, yeah, it's like patience with, if you wait long enough or work hard enough, you'll get the reward. But at the same time, there's a lot of thinking you can do while you're fishing.
I love that because, you're saying like those times when you might be bored or whatever. And I'm going, are you a busybody? Like, are you someone that needs to keep going? Because I know I am. I'm like, sometimes I do that because then if you go fishing, then that is totally your Zen place. That's totally where you can relax.
I don't have to keep busy.
Yeah.
But I feel bad about myself if I don't.
Yeah.
I don't keep myself like as busy as I probably should, truthfully. But I will sit there going, I should be doing something, but I might not act on it. But then I'll feel bad because I know I should have been doing it.
I know that feeling. Yeah. I know what you're saying. But also, I have learned that definitely balancing that out, it only makes you more productive in the end anyway. So, yeah, then I know what you mean. It's kind of like I've got this list of things to do. I might need to do it, but I really want to go fishing.
Exactly. There it is.
But you might have come up with that really great idea, fishing, that made you more productive.
There you go.
I get it.
That's why I golf 4 times a week.
Listen, it's all about creatives, right? I mean, let's be real. We're creatives.
Right. Hey.
And sometimes our mind squirrels everywhere because we have all these different ideas, and then I get it.
On the golf course, I got 4 hours to think about everything I need to do after I'm done golfing.
Okay, so fishing, golfing, are there other things that you enjoy, like besides music?
Lots of things.
Yeah?
Probably can't talk about them, but yeah, lots. I love fishing. I love golfing. I used to love bowling. I like sports.
Likes activities, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Too, but
yeah, I like video games. If that doesn't count as an activity, but yeah, I like getting outdoors. I don't like hiking. Don't ask me to go hiking. I like outdoors till it comes to hiking.
Not going to do like a run in a marathon or anything like that. Like, okay, I got you. Not a runner.
No.
I think I saw that you did some modeling.
Calvin Klein, yeah, I did my thing back in the day.
Dang, yeah. No, I did see that. But I guess my point is that you have a whole lot of things that you offer, not only entertainment, but just people. And I think that's really, really cool. Part of Lyric Emotion has always been, because I've known so many talented people in this town, but everywhere, right? And a lot of times you don't even get to, we will hear like your friends' music and all that kind of stuff. But maybe they're not on a level, well, everyone hears it. And I'm like, one day I just want to, get independent artists and I want to talk to them and let other people hear their music that might not be hearing it.
Awesome.
And part of that also is I'm in dance world. That's my background as well. So why not take an original song and put some music and dance to it, put dance to it.
Okay.
So part of that is definitely Lyric Emotion. And you've got a sick new song coming out. I don't even think it's out yet. And I'm really excited that we got a chance to put some moves to it. Put some dance to it. And it's all about, I love using different choreographers and different dancers because each person interprets, like, for instance, your song a different way. Okay. And so there's a certain style that was used and a certain feel, whatever they felt from your music. And you get to see it here first.
Love it.
I had Marco is our choreographer.
Awesome.
And Marco's also here,
in the room.
In the room helping us do Lyric Emotion. He's my main guy and editor too, but he's also an amazing dancer and choreographer.
Sick.
And I knew his style would be perfect for your new song. And he was joined by 2 other amazing dancers, Arenzo Carter and DJ Hamilton. So
awesome.
It's Marco also. I just can't wait for you to see it. I'm getting all tongue tied just thinking about it, because I saw a little clip of it earlier, and I'm like, it's so cool. So it just takes kind of verse and chorus and kind of shows you what someone feels when they hear your music. So I think this song is called Kaleidoscope.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're going to show you right now.
I will say first.
Yeah.
I grew up in LA. I grew up so many dancers, so many professional dancers.
That's right.
But I cannot dance to save my life. I mean, if it literally had to save my life, I would be dead. I cannot dance.
Oh, no.
I cannot dance. I'm the worst dancer you might ever meet. But I'm excited to see this.
Hey, I mean,
I need dancers. I need some little dance, because I can't do it. I'm the worst dancer. So anyways.
Okay, I mean, just before we say that, we're just going to have to check that out, though. You probably do have some moves that you don't even know.
No.
Okay.
No. Maybe like the little coffee grinder, a little break dance.
Wait a minute. Coffee grinders and a little break dance is dancing. That was my favorite. I used to love the little coffee grinder down there. Yeah, I was nice with that one. So he does move a little bit, y'all.
A little bit.
All right. Okay. Well, here is a version of Kaleidoscope with dancers.
I'm excited. Let's see it.
All right.
Killer with a look like that. Kaleidoscope eyes got you tripping with your friends in the back. Baby got a little off track. Think of what we had. Haven't slept since yesterday. Straight to the moon when she's off the clock. What's in a cup ain't lemonade. Just a little higher than an astronaut. She's been drifting away.
That is fire. Shout out. Yo, that is awesome. When did y'all film that?
Listen, that was filmed. It was taught in the day and filmed that night.
That is insane.
And yeah.
That is awesome. That's actually so funny, because I was on the phone with my mom on the way here. She was like, you should figure out, like, for the same song coming out, you should try and figure out, because she knows I can't dance. She's like, you should try and find someone to come up with some, like, choreography or something, maybe like get on TikTok and like do some dance. I was like, Mom, I cannot dance. She's like, I know, you gotta find someone though. People that can dance. And that's right there. That's
perfect
that is
timing,
awesome,
right?
She's gonna love that.
Listen, Marco and the guys. We Lyric and Motion usually shows some behind the scenes too, so we'll get to see that and we'll get to talk to Marco about how he came up with that idea. But I think it's just it was great.
Hey, that's awesome.
Shout out to Marco
shout out Marco,
his team of guy dancers, and and hopefully maybe they can do your whole video at some point, right?
All right, get them on the road with me.
Well, that's kind of a fun story though. That your mom already mentioned that, and you're like, here we are.
Always mentioning that, because she knows I can't dance, but she knows we know a lot of like girl dancers that could easily come up with some like TikTok dance. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if like I can get that done. I'm like, I don't know. I gotta,
you can. And you're here in Nashville, and Nashville's got it.
Right.
All right.
Well, shout out Marco. Marco and his boys got it.
That's right. Right. That was so good.
That's awesome. Yeah,
glad you liked it. It felt very much your vibe and what that song is about. And I'm just Can
I get my hands on that video?
I think you can.
Okay. Would love that.
Absolutely you can.
Love that.
Yeah, and that's what we love to kind of bring the two worlds together anyway. Yeah. So I'm so glad that you got to see it.
That's awesome. I loved it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Which leads me to, we were talking about earlier about your new music, right? And how everything's kind of evolving. I think you did one, maybe it was a couple of years ago. It was about LA is not
LA doesn't have you.
Have you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's such a cool song, And to be honest, you haven't released this song yet. So, is there a date for that, or are we? we're going to kind of keep it mum until it gets released.
So, yeah, we have a date in our heads.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it just because we don't know if we're going to get it out. Then I'm lacking on the content.
Gotcha.
So, as soon as honestly, I'll take all the blame. Everyone watching, everyone's waiting for the song. Blame me. I don't get enough content out. Otherwise, the song's probably already been out.
Okay.
But, we do have a date coming, and it's very, very soon. And I'm gonna work my hardest to make sure it gets out on that date. I got a 21st birthday coming up right after, so I'm trying to get that song out so I can let it do its thing while I'm enjoying my birthday month.
Man, that's a big deal.
Right.
21.
So,
gonna have some fun.
Exactly. So I'm trying to get the song out before then, so I can kind of have the other one being in the works while I'm partying.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you're 21. Exactly. There's a lot that goes with that, right? Yeah. Do you have plans? Like, are you going to kind of do the Nashville thing? You're going to just make it a tour of your birthday?
So, yes, I will be on my actual birthday. I will be on Broadway probably. And then week after that, going to Vegas. And then 2 weeks after that, I'll be back in Vegas watching John Summit.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got a whole month of...
I was going to say Vegas to 21. Okay, watch out. Here comes Hayden.
Future Hangover Part 5.
Oh my gosh. Are you just releasing singles at this point, or will you have an album ready?
So the plan of action right now is we have a good handful of songs. We're planning to Waterfall drop just 4 to 6 weeks, a single. But... in the meantime, I might be writing music. I funnel songs in and out. I have all the songs I have right now I love, but I might hate next week because I wrote 6 more that I like more now. So who knows where the game plan is? But yes, as of now, we plan on just dropping a bunch of singles.
Cool.
Let things get flowing, and then I will hopefully get a whole EP or album.
Awesome.
Another little project going.
What are your so what are the goals for the near future? And where do you see yourself maybe in a couple of years? Where would you like to see yourself?
Sitting back on the bus, writing music and playing shows.
Yeah.
It's really if I can get back to doing that, I'll be chilling. That's what I miss. It was the best. Waking up different city, playing a show, going to sleep, waking up next city, playing another show, and just being with your friends, going across America. It's
so funny because people do think they're how am I gonna say this? It sounds so glamorous, but it's not. Traveling's not always the most glamorous. Have you found any challenges when you were touring and just the height of it?
Yeah, there's always challenges. Getting sick's the biggest one, probably.
That's a fair one. That's a good one to kind of tell everybody out there. It's so fun when you're sick on the bus.
Oh yeah, the first time I toured Europe, I got extreme. We flew into Germany, and I was fine then. Then we cut over to London, whatever, and I was deathly sick. And it was the first time ever getting to play in Europe over there. Still played 2 or 3 of the shows, and then a couple of them I couldn't. It just was not happening.
Yeah.
What you just asked something I was about to say. Can we go back?
Yeah.
Where were you?
Where were that? Well, it was about the challenges of traveling, or was it about?
Yeah. No, it was a challenge.
Yeah.
I had something good, and then I said get sick. It don't matter. Getting sick probably. We had I remember we having a whole drawer of the emergency packets, the vitamin C. And we had a whole drawer dedicated to staying. Healthy, because you meet 1,000 people a day in every city. I was gonna say people traveling. When you're touring, it doesn't really you're traveling, but at least the tours I was on. You wake up. You eat food, you do sound check, you do your meet and greet, you play your show. And then after I play my show, because I was an opener, when Johnny or whoever headlining would go on, that's when I would get to go see the city for an hour and a half before I got back on the bus and I ended up in another city. So most of the time people have you been to St. Louis? I'm I've been to St. Louis, but I haven't been and hung out for a few days and seen everything. But I've been to St. Louis and I walked around the streets and played a show there, but I couldn't tell you where the nearest Taco Bell is.
I totally understand.
So yeah,
yes.
I've traveled all across America, but would I like to go back and actually see some of these places? absolutely. So it's not all glamorous like that, you know.
You're right, because after a while, that's the same thing. I've toured all over, but I can't tell you that unless you had time, like you said, to really go into a city.
Exactly.
They all kind of backstage look the same.
Like my green room looks the same.
Looks the same, right?
We were most excited for showing up to the new venues and praying it was gonna be like a nice green room. Because
I know
we'd show up in it could be a smaller town and you'd be there'd be 30 of us packed in this little beat down green room. Then you'd show up New York City PlayStation Theater and all of us have our own green rooms. And we're like, oh yeah, let's go. We all got
right.
you know.
So are you doing overnights and you don't have any showers, or do you have showers at the venue? Are we getting cleanup rooms? And then there's cleanup rooms. There's only like so many people in a cleanup room. You're like, okay.
Or you'll be in some rundown venue and you take the shower and you're just wondering how many people, how many bands and people have been inside this venue. That's the one that always rubbed me wrong. Like, I just know some rocker bands have been in there, and I don't know if I was wanting to shower after those guys. No offense, I'm just saying that's just.
Hey, listen though, when you go and you have to shower in those places, you have to have a shoe, like a flip flop.
See, but when I was younger, I didn't know that.
Right.
I was told that as I got more experience.
The things you learn, right?
Yes.
That you need to wear a flip flop or a shoe. I know it's crazy.
Hey, shout out to the athletes. I mean,
Hey, listen.
They get it. They do that every day. I feel like,
I thought traveling on a bus is great. It's fun.
Oh,
I sleep better on a bunk.
On the tour.
Yeah.
I sleep like a baby in that tour bus.
Some people, it's kind of like when people work on a cruise ship. They either love it or hate it, right?
I love it.
It's kind of like the bus. Sometimes people are like, I don't like sleeping on the bus. Oh, so great. Sleep great on the bus. Sleep great on the bus.
That curtain and that bus moving, that noise. It's just like, a little cozy.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I feel like you'll definitely be traveling again. Hopefully it sounds like you're just trying to get things out there and get your new music heard and
new direction.
Yeah.
New era.
Is there anything that you would tell anyone out there, especially because you started so young behind the camera doing music and everything? Is there anything that you could share that either helped you keep going through some when it might have been hard times, or anything? Because most people at your age are still starting out and trying to get to do a lot of things that you've gotten to do. So maybe there's some, I don't know, just some highlights that help.
Little something I'd just like to say is, nothing's cool until it is type of thing. So people are gonna, if you have a dream or something, people say it's stupid or cheesy or dumb, cringy. Everyone's gonna think that until you did it. Then it's like, that's sick, I know so many friends in the social media world that post some content. I'm like, I don't even know if I could post. But now that they've made it, everyone hated on it, thought it was cringy, but now they're popular because of it. It's super cool. So just stick to your dreams if you like it. Keep going at it and don't listen to anybody. Just do you, We only got one life, so it's just have fun, do you, and follow God.
Yes. Hayden, I love that so much, because at the end of the day, if you're not you're really not serving your purpose and your God-given talents. Absolutely. In whatever your talents are. Absolutely. And it's real easy to get distracted.
There's someone out there that'll like you for you.
Yes. You always have an audience if you're true to yourself.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Man, I'm having so much fun talking to you. I'm so glad that you took time.
Thank you.
And talked with us. Lyric at Motion. Okay. The one thing I do ask too, is there a move? Because I mix dance with the music.
Okay.
Is there a move that you kind of do on stage? Whether it's a hand gesture or feet work or break dancing, like you mentioned earlier.
Well, I haven't stepped on stage in a long time, so considering that. Back when I was touring a lot, I was younger. My go-to thing when I was on stage and I felt like maybe the crowd needed a little energy to them, my go-to thing was, it's a classic. I'm not the only one that does this. The go-to was the little
The wave. Okay.
That was always my go-to thing. When I was real young, when I was like 10, 9, 10, very first tour I ever did was like 44 shows in like 50 days or something like that. It's the first time I've ever performed, and I covered One Time by Justin Bieber. And I used to do this like little like spin move and like a little sideways moonwalk. And I'll never do that again. But that was my little thing. And when I was like 9, people thought it was funny and cute. And so, I mean, that's kind of, but it was always the little hand.
I love it.
I liked when I get that whole crowd on sync, boom,
yes,
boom, boom, boom. That was my favorite thing.
I love it. So. I'm just sitting here though going, you're saying, I can't dance, and you're naming the moonwalk and you're doing turns and you're like, okay.
Well, the only thing I could do growing up, I used to like breakdancing.
Okay.
So I could never really dance, but I used to think breakdancing was cool. I thought the movie Step Up was like the coolest movies ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool movie.
I also grew up with Allison Stoner and them going to like Millennium. I knew all those dance kids. So like I could have maybe been a dancer, but I didn't put enough work in. I mean, those dancer kids, shout out to them. They
they work.
Yeah, they work hard for that. And I was always too embarrassed to go to dance class.
Okay.
So like I'd show up Millennium, and I knew a lot of kids there, and they were all good. I was never a good dancer. I did not like getting up there, and I couldn't even remember. I couldn't even like memorize the choreography.
Okay.
So I hated that. And then freestyle circles, man. You try to throw me a
Intimidating.
freestyle circle, we're fighting. I ain't getting no freestyle circle. I'm gonna sit there and do a little wave and peace. Yeah. So I wasn't a big fan of that. But I did like my break dancing, and I do my little helicopter. I do the little like I don't know what they call it, where you like hold yourself up.
Little stall.
Yeah, a little thing. And then the sideways moonwalk where you like,
All right.
That's all I could ever do.
Man, Hayden, thank you so much for being on here.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for more from you and your future. And please let people know what are your socials and where can they find you?
Just Hayden Summerall across everything.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Summerall, SUMM
ERALL.
Right. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. And you got to see one of his new songs with movement. So, all right. We saw it here first.
Yeah, I saw it here first.
Thank you so much, Hayden.
Thank you. You were amazing. I had so much fun.
Okay.
Much love, guys.
Ciao.
Killer with a look like that. Kaleidoscope eyes got you tripping with your friends in the back. Baby got a little off track. Think of what we had. Haven't slept since yesterday. Straight to the moon when she's off the clock. What's in a cup ain't lemonade. Just a little higher than an astronaut. She's been drifting away. I better give you some space now. You're a killer with a look like that. Kaleidoscope eyes got you tripping with your